This year, we have been paying attention to an aspect of film distribution we have largely ignored for several years beforehand: film festivals. We've had rejections, of course. With many festivals receiving thousands of entries, there'll always be rejections, but we've also found some success.
But this handful of success has come at the cost of almost 1,000 USD so far in festival submission fees. Could this money have been better spent elsewhere, like running Facebook ads for the release of Machination? Have we got enough return for our funds? In short, are film festivals worth the cost and efforts?
We're not the first filmmakers to ask this question. Just find a filmmaking forum or group on Facebook somewhere else and just search for festivals, and there'll be an onslaught of comments about the merit of film festivals or lack thereof.
The general consensus among filmmakers seems to be that most festivals are not worth your time or the inflated entry fee. They won't do anything for your film. That only a small handful, the big names like Sundance, Cannes, Berlin, Venice, etc., can help your film get sold to a distributor and kickstart your career. And those handful of festivals are impossible to get into without connections with the programmers or a sales agent already attached and prioritizing your project for consideration.
Then there are a ton of festivals that are outright scams. Film Freeway, the biggest festival submission platform, lists over 10,000 festivals around the world. How many simply take your money, never watch your film, or never even hold an event? Who even knows?
But in 2017, filmmaker Chris Sawaski wrote to a prominent but unnamed festival with screenshots of Vimeo analytics that proved the festival only watched 21 minutes of his 97-minute feature before sending him a rejection letter. He got his money back, but the vast majority of filmmakers never do.
Of course, we were aware of all of this. Since we finished our first feature film, Friends, Foes and Fireworks, in 2017, our priority has been getting our films released to the public and beginning to recoup money as soon as possible, rather than holding back films for a festival run. Sure, we would still enter a handful of festivals, but accepted or rejected, we didn't place much importance on them. The festival game seemed broken and rigged to us, just another level of gatekeeping, and we didn't want to play those games. An article written by Stephen Elliott in 2016, where he interviewed over 100 filmmakers and festival programmers, revealed that the vast majority of festivals in North America programmed under 20% of their films from paid submissions. Let that sink in, 20%. That means that most films were invited to the festival or received a waiver fee.
In fact, there were 17 festivals, including the celebrated Tribeca, that didn't program a single film from a filmmaker who paid to submit. Yet all these festivals were still happy to accept submission fees from unsuspecting filmmakers dreaming of an official selection that literally had zero chance of happening. And these are statistics from 2016. Who seriously thinks with more and more films made every year that your odds of selection have actually improved? Chris O'Faith expanded on this in his IndieWire article called Killing the Sundance Myth. No filmmaker comes out of nowhere. He revealed, of all the Sundance myths that developed over the last 35 years, the biggest fallacies that are being magically discovered and launching one's career on a snow-covered January evening in Park City.
Despite all of this, thousands of filmmakers continue to submit to Sundance, 14,000 submissions per year at last count, chasing this mythical dream. To paraphrase one filmmaker I read online, paying to submit to Sundance is like a tax on amateur filmmakers.
So what changed in 2022? Why did we decide to take festivals seriously again? The answer is we decided to go slow with distributing Cats on Malta. We decided we wanted to work with partners and corporate sponsors to organize screenings, both live in the community and virtually. Plus, we wanted to broadcast a documentary on PBS. For that, we would need underwriters too.
And to help us achieve our goals, to help pitch the film to partners and sponsors, we wanted to build some acclaim for Cats of Malta. Festivals could serve as a perfect tool for this. Official selections, even awards if we were lucky, demonstrate that the film has merit.
Distribution consultant Jerome Couchon from Lionheart Distribution describes it as building pedigree for your film. If a movie has built-in pedigree, it can influence distributors, and it can influence the public upon release. Why? How? It tells the audience, like a distributor, it has merit and is worth giving 90 minutes out of their life to it.
With Cats of Malta, although we didn't set out to influence distributors, at least not yet, getting selected into the Melbourne Documentary Film Festival attracted an unexpected result. A broadcaster from Israel approached us about licensing Cats of Malta. We closed the deal a week after the festival. So are film festivals worth it in 2022? We think that they are, but it depends on the film. I'm betting a horror film machination didn't really need festivals. Our erotic drama Incorporate certainly didn't, and it sells just well without those fancy laurels. But if you have a film that you want to build a pedigree for, then festivals can pay off. Have a targeted list that matches your film, try to hit the early submission deadline to save money, know which festival you have no chance at, and be disciplined with the ones that you do enter.
And when you are selected for a festival, if you can attend in person to network and see your film on the big screen with the audience, it's always going to be a much better experience. Now that's a big one. I've met some of my best friends and closest collaborators at film festivals. Isn't that alone worth the price of submission?